Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to decode an ancient mental technology that was designed for modern success. And honestly, it's a technique that completely flips our entire understanding of achievement right on its head. It all kicks off with a paradox.
So, at the heart of all this is a really powerful and deeply counterintuitive idea from a revered monk, Luang Buat Paknam. What he taught wasn't just some small tweak to our modern work ethic. No, it challenges the very foundation of our entire hustle culture.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Every single message we get from our phones, from our bosses, it's all screaming, go faster, do more, be more efficient. But this ancient wisdom, it suggests the real key to winning lies down the exact opposite path.
Now look, this isn't some fluffy, feel-good platitudes you just scroll past on social media. This is a really profound principle. It's like a key insight into how our inner world literally shapes our outer reality. So that's the big question, right? How on earth does stopping actually lead to winning?
Well, the answer is pretty wild. It all comes down to what Luang Pu identified as your life's hidden code. Yeah, you heard that right. He taught that right now there's an invisible blueprint, kind of like a source code, running your entire life, whether you're even aware of it or not.
This blueprint is called the FANG, and the best way to think of it is as your life's operating system. Seriously, it's a program that's always running in the background, and the code it's written in dictates everything, whether you attract struggle or success, obstacles or opportunities.
So who's the programmer? Well, you are. We all are. Every single thought, every word, every action, it's an input. It's a line of code. You see, things like anger, greed, and just being distracted all the time, that's basically writing what you could call the poverty code. And the output? Obstacles, loss, struggle. But stillness, clarity, and focus, that's how you write the wealth code, programming your life for success. So you got to ask yourself, which OS am I running right now?
Okay, so what if your life is running on some seriously buggy code? How do you fix that? This is where things get really cool, where this ancient wisdom starts to feel like a modern application. Because Luang Pu didn't just point out the problem. He gave us a tool, a literal technology for the mind to debug and rewrite your entire system.
And that tool is a simple mantra, Sama Arahang. When you use it correctly in meditation, it works just like a powerful antivirus program for your mind. Its whole job is to seek out and cleanse the corrupted files. You know, the anger, the greed, the constant worry that create that poverty blueprint in the first place. The process itself is surprisingly simple. You center your mind, you recite the mantra over and over, and you just allow its vibration to cleanse your mental code. But here's the thing. This isn't just about belief or mindless repetition. It's actually about harnessing a fundamental law of energy and power.
Think about the power of sunlight. When it's diffused and spread out all over, it's just gentle warmth. That's our mind on a typical day, right? We're thinking, worrying, scrolling. We're totally distracted. Our mental energy is scattered, and that leaves it with very little effective power.
But when you stop, when you use the mantra to focus your mind down to a single point, it becomes like a magnifying glass. It takes all that same scattered sunlight and concentrates it into one powerful focused beam. A beam so strong it can literally burn through old patterns and begin to rewrite your reality.
Now, I know this might all sound a bit theoretical, but its power is really best seen in the real world. One of the most famous examples is this legendary story of a bankrupt merchant whose life was completely turned around by this very principle.
This story just perfectly illustrates the core principle. The merchant didn't get a new business plan or a big loan. No, he changed his internal code first. That was the key. The very moment his mind became still and clear, his external reality began to literally reorganize itself around this new, powerful inner state. It's incredible.
So, how can you apply this without needing to be a monk or facing bankruptcy? Well, that's the beauty of it. This mental technology was specifically designed to be integrated right into our busy, modern lives. It's really a way to mind hack your day.
The crucial point here is that you can transform these little moments of everyday stress and frustration into opportunities for reprogramming. So instead of getting angry in traffic, which is basically just adding more poverty code into your system, you can use that exact same time to run your mental antivirus and install the wealth code.
And the results go far beyond just finances. As your inner state clears up, the teaching says your very presence changes. Your appearance becomes more radiant, people are naturally drawn to you, and your relationships improve.
You literally shift from being a magnet for problems to being a magnet for good fortune.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of this whole teaching, the challenge it presents directly to you.
You know, this is probably the most modern aspect of Luang Pu's teaching. His approach was fundamentally scientific. He never said, just believe me because I'm a wise monk. He said, here is a method. Run the experiment for yourself. Create the cause, the focused mind, and then just observe the effect in your own life.
So, ultimately, this ancient technology leaves us with a very modern question. Take a close, honest look at your life. Your results, your recurring patterns. What code is it running on? Because the power to debug and upgrade that entire system might just begin the moment you finally decide to stop.